The kid walks away, I turn him around. When I turn him around, he slaps me in the face without no hesitation. I pulled him on the shoulder and he just, what? Slapped me in the face. And when he did that, and obviously froze, I saw the dude and I go, this is the guy that pulled the knife on me. I was like in second grade, and he was like a fourth grader. Man, I couldn't believe it was that dude, you know?
Yeah. I'm surprised you never came back though.
I think I came back when I was like 17 maybe, because I used to know a girl that was like living right around here, so I might have drove in here, but it's been at least 15 years.
Do you like being back here? Like, are you enjoying
I love
this?
it. I'm getting some early good memories. I haven't been here in so long. I'm getting some good memories. Like we played like 3 times and I busted my ass, went flying on the bike. I remember so many times getting here with the groceries and the elevators were broken with Mama Duke's 5 flights up. Ah! Used to love and hate this place.
So they'd fix it and it would just break again immediately?
I don't know why this was like, it was a constant theme. Like once a month that elevator was just down, out of service. But I had tremendous fun up in here. I had a lot of good memories in here, some not so good, but overall great time I had up in here. I got my bike stolen, so I was like on green lighting any kid that I thought fit the profile.
Yeah.
And I was like 8 years old, so I ran into some of the bigger kids, and then things always didn't go so well, you know, but.
Was the bike locked up? Or did you just leave it out and it got taken?
Man, it was one of my friends literally used to live in one of these things, and I never would leave my bike there, you know. I'd always bust a mission to like put it away up in my place, even if I had to take it up the staircase. And I went to this house for like 30, 40 minutes and we're playing Nintendo. I come out and my bike is gone. I can't believe it. Just like, my bike is gone. And that was my everything, to go to school, to go around all the neighborhood, to go to the shopping centers. They look about the same as when I was here.
Yeah.
What's the big
Is this
deal?
The one you were in? This one in the corner?
All the way at the top, let me see. I had the corner. I don't remember, I think it was that, either this one or that one. I think it's this one right here.
It was you and your mom and that's it? Or?
Me and Mama Dukes, yeah, mainly.
Huh.
A couple family members, a lot stayed with us.
What'd your mom do?
She had like 2 jobs at the time. She worked for a rental-car place, and then she had another job. I'm forgetting. She might have been like a secretary or something.
So was she around a lot, or were you just kind of hanging out on your own?
Nah, I was alone a lot at that time, you know, which led me into a lot of trouble, but I also like, I don't know, I liked it. So I grew up a loner, and I'm still kind of like that, you know, though now a lot more people just try to hang out, which if you're watching this, no, don't do that. Leave me to be the lone wolf that I was raised to be.
Leave Jorge alone?
Leave Jorge alone, hashtag.
So did you have like good friends in here though?
I wouldn't say good friends. I had friends, man. I didn't really, I don't know. The kids here, some kids were good, but a lot of kids were wild, man. We're like immigrants just like me and things like that, or secondhand immigration peoples, and some of them were a little loco in the head, you know? So I had friends, but I didn't have like a best friend or nothing like that, you know?
Really?
Yeah, no.
Fights in this parking lot?
Tremendous amount of fights. I got into a couple. After they stole my bike, that's when I started like, I don't know, I came up with my own, you know, like who could it have been? They stole my bike. So a lot of these, like those weren't theirs, but these other ones were. So I used to like walk around looking in every building where the bike should be, see if I see my bike or something, you know. And the bike that I had was like a cheapy one that a lot of bikes could look like it, you know, especially if you took a couple pieces off. So I was just like in war zone at that time, man, for like a good year until I got a bike again for Christmas, and I was like, all right, cool, you know.
So what'd you do that year without the bike?
Started stealing bikes.
Did you?
Yeah, as soon as I got mine stolen, it took about a month, and I'm like, it, I'm stealing bikes from now on, you know. So I started stealing bikes, switching up the parts so nobody would know it was their bike. Yeah, I remember getting chased, not through this one, through one of these, because I had the bike and they caught me as I was getting it, and I was running with it full speed, having to jump on it, pedal my ass away. I had a lot of fun up in here, now that come to think about it.
Yeah, but you say that they're great memories though, huh?
Great memories, founding memories. One of my, actually my neighbor, he was like maybe 7, 8 years older than me. He had a Super Nintendo when it first came out, had Street Fighter, what? So I'd always be hanging out outside. He knew who I was, so every once in a while, hey kid, you want to play? I was like, yeah. Throw down on the joysticks. Those were great memories, you know? Hadouken.
You know, it's like you and Nate have both said that. Street Fighter references.
Well, I love that game. Mortal Kombat too, well, that was my shit right there. Mortal Kombat, I was pretty decent, man. I could hold my own. Scorpion. Yeah. Brock, I'm pretty good with too. Noob Saiba. Yeah. I'm a stud with those guys. Huh. I could get my lunch paid through Mortal Kombat. You know, we'd pay like a quarter a game.
Yeah.
Leave with like $3.75.
And they'd still play you?
Yeah, because everybody wanted to play, you know.
So you knew you were good at fights, and then when did you start like training, like actually getting training for fights?
Well, I mean, I went to like a couple karate studios. There was one actually nearby that I enjoyed, and that was actually, the instructors were pretty decent. And then I got in trouble in school. I got maybe like, I don't know, like 2 blocks down right by my elementary school. First time I got a knife pulled on me, this kid pulled a knife. He was a little bit older. I was with a friend and we were riding around, and the dude he said hi to one of the guys in the group and knew him. And I got off the bike and I was like, oh, what's up? They were talking to me. There's a fence here. And the guy goes, yo, grabs me by his shirt, pulls me in, and takes out the knife. And I freak out. I push back and I go, oh, you, and I take off, you know? Like a year goes by, and I'm in school and we're at the spill out area. And my friend's getting into altercation. He was like one of the smaller kids in the class. He gets pushed down, I pick him up. The kid walks away, I turn him around. When I turn him around, he slaps me in the face without no hesitation. I pulled him on the shoulder and he just, what? Slapped me in the face. And when he did that, and obviously froze, I saw the dude and I go, this is the guy that pulled the knife on me. I was like in 3rd grade. No, 2nd grade, and he was like a 4th grader. Man, I couldn't believe it was that dude, you know?
Yeah.
That was my first like troublesome time in school, and my mom was really upset because I went to town. For the 30 seconds until the teachers got there, I went to town on this kid. So my mom took me away from all martial arts, everything. She's like, no, you're gonna end up in a really bad situation if I leave you in there. And that started like more turmoil because now I had all this extra energy and nowhere to burn it. So when she'd take off to work, mischief time, you know? Whatever I could get myself into to keep me, you know, excited or entertained.
What do you like fighting?
I love fighting, but it wasn't always fighting. You know, I started doing once I got taken away from the fighting, I started doing stupid things, stealing car radios, the change from the cars, you know, all types of things, which led into fighting or stupid things like that, you know. And it's just being a dumb kid, you know, and being around other dumb kids. So kids, don't do dumb things.
How did it lead into backyard fights?
Well, I bounced around from a lot of neighborhoods. Like from here, after here, I started bouncing all over Miami, and everybody knew I could fight. So if somebody had a friend that they knew they could fight, they'd want to see it, and we'd set up like our matches, you know. And
is that kind of like a Miami thing?
I don't know. I thought it was like a worldwide thing, but I come to find out Miami was like really big on the street fighting. I just thought it was regular, you know. And maybe me and like 6 of my friends will come up with like $43. And then we go bet it against the other 5 guys, and that's it, you know? Go crazy at the McDonald's dollar menu after that.
Like 5 on 5 or just?
No,
just
like me. Like everybody put
me
versus whoever they said from that building is the best. Okay, we got $40. What do you guys want to do, you know?
Were they usually bigger than you?
No. There's a lot of, I fought some guys that were my size. I fought a guy that was smaller too, you know? I started fighting since, I don't know, maybe like 13, 14 already, like all comers. Put the boxing gloves on and just go.
Did anyone ever have like jiu-jitsu or catch you off guard?
I fought some wrestlers that wrestled like in high school, you know, and I got taken down, and it was back then no time limit. So I was getting taken down, I remember, by this one guy, and then he got tired and literally just tapped. I didn't know back then what the guard was. I was just holding him in, punching him, and literally just got tired and tapped out. So I was like, oh, that wrestling crap doesn't work, you know? But the guy wasn't like a good wrestler or nothing. He just knew how to wrestle. He wrestled at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you getting paid to do those backyard fights then?
Just betting money and stuff.
Still just betting?
Yeah, so just betting. We go there with our own chunk of change, you know? It's fun.
And then at that point, is that when you started to think like I could make money like this?
I already knew since I was here in these buildings. I knew since like the age of 10 years old. I'm like, this is what I want to do. I didn't, you know, kids would go to the park nearby and play ball, and I had gone a couple times, and it just didn't interest me in the league. It just didn't draw my attention. Not trying to knock it, it just didn't call to me, you know? But then I'd see like maybe randomly some kids had boxing gloves on and they were boxing. I'd sit down, get off my bike and just watch them, you know, like, wow, that's awesome, you know? Not like from a bad place, like, oh, I want to these guys up. Like I was genuinely interested in it. And still am to this day, you know?
Why don't you think you didn't go into straight boxing? Seems like you went into like...
I was headed in that direction, then I met wrestling and I fell in love with wrestling. I was like, wow, this is the second or first greatest sport. I was always in between them when I'd seen them on TV and stuff, and then I started doing it myself, and then the UFC happened to be. And I was like, wow, this is a gift from God to me. I get to do both at the same time. And that's what it started out with, was boxing and wrestling.
And so then you've talked about sleeping in your car, so like what was that time frame from? Like how old?
Oh, from like, I don't know, 15 to like 22, 21. But not always, but you know, on and off. If I couldn't pay the rent, I was like, well, I can't pay the rent this month. I'm out of this place, or I'm getting evicted. I'll stay in the car for like 2 months, gather up money, or at the gym. I used to sleep a lot at the gyms as well. You know, just chasing the dream. It's all part of it.
What kind of car was it?
I had, my first car was and it was really comfortable to sleep in. It was these two windows didn't go down, the AC was broke, so it kind of sucks. Only these two would go down. It was a Chevrolet Bonneville, like from the 70s, man. I don't even know how that thing worked. I got a super good deal for it though. I paid like $500, $600
At a dealership, or did you buy it from somebody?
Bought it from somebody, I think. Yeah, bought it from somebody.
And you were just sleeping in like the back seat of cars?
In the back seat. I just go to the gym and just post up right in the back seat, sleep, wake up, be the first guy there a lot of times. People are like, oh, you're so disciplined. No, I literally live back here, you know?
When you look back on those days, are those fun days or are those like tough days?
Fun days. I just knew it didn't matter. It's like my mindset, you know, and it's, you know, I'll share this with the world because if you think like this, I think you can make it out of anywhere. I knew I'd get to a better place. It's just, that didn't bother me at all in the least bit, really. It was hot, bugs. I used to have one of my pit bulls with me, so that sucked because they'd see like a person or a dog and wake me the heck up. Yeah. You know, those moments suck, but it was like, I know I'm gonna be out of there. I know I'm gonna be out of here. Maybe I didn't get all the tools right now that I needed, or I didn't come from like a trust fund or something, but I knew I would get myself out of there. And I would envision it as I would lay in the car sleeping, like one day I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna open the fridge, it's gonna be filled with food, and I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. Yeah. And I made it happen.
What were you eating?
Roman noodle was a thing for me back in the day. Yeah. And I'm also known as the dine and dash king of Miami. That, anybody that knows me from back then knows that. I used to hit that tab up, and then, all right,
that's it.
Sir! Not too proud of that, but man, I did it, you know, so.
You could go around and pay all those tabs these days, huh?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do it because it's a lot of tabs, my brother. It's a lot of tabs. I should send some checks out to a couple places that I did wrong, you know?
You ever get caught? Like, did they ever chase you down?
Oh, I've been chased so many freaking times, bro. Yeah. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, shit, man. Damn, it used to be flamingo pink in here. I don't know about this color.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, been here. Damn. So Hurricane Andrew was one of the worst hurricanes that hit Miami. And it came through here when I was in here. So we didn't have power or light for like a month. So the only thing that was working water-wise was this pool to take a shower in.
Really?
So to be, yeah. And for some reason, you could still take a shower in this thing. Let me see if it's where it's up. Like I told you, high security.
Everything.
Yeah, it used to be like a line of like 30 people. And I was like 7, 8 years old, and I was like, what the hell? And the line would go all the way out. People wanting to take the shower in here, you know?
For a month, huh?
Yeah, for like a good month. Nobody had power or light in here.
Did you hang out here much?
Old
guy?
Yes and no, because it used to be so crowded, and I hated that. I just didn't like being around people like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be in that pool. Bunch of kids in there pissing in it or whatnot. I wouldn't come in there too often, you know? And then at night, they had like the security guard that was like 7 years old. Literally, all he would do is make sure nobody would go in that pool at night, and that's when I would like to go in there.
Is there any like, I don't know, like any like drug activity or like gang activity or anything around here?
Drug activity, I wouldn't really know at that age because I didn't do drugs and I didn't really You know, were there people selling it? I'm sure, but I didn't really, if there were, I didn't pay attention.
You want to see if the elevator works?
Yeah. That and see that door real quick in the view.
You want to go up?
Yeah. I got a lot of good and bad memories in here. I remember when I
In the elevator?
Yeah, 'cause one time I had hid the report card from Mama Dukes for a good while, maybe like a month and a half, and she went and picked me up early, and you know, you had to get the report card signed. I think I had one of my cousins forge it, and the teacher didn't say nothing, super slick. When my mom pulled up, she's like, hey, you know, is this your signature? She's like, no, I was asking for the report card. He kept telling me next week. And my grades weren't the best. Man, I remember my mom wanted to kill me, and on this elevator, she had the butt whooping had commenced already from the car, starting from the car, but when we got in the elevator, there was people there, right? So she was, you know, containing herself.
Yeah.
But I remember in the elevator, her just digging her nails into me and me having that fear of death, like, oh my gosh, as soon as I get home, I'm dead. She's gonna kill me. That memory just hit me right now. I love you, Mommy.
Was it because of the bad grades or because of the forgery?
The combo platter.
Yeah.
Oh, the forgery, she's like, oh, you're intelligent now. Bah! Well, I used to have so much fun here. Well, I had a blast. I can't complain, man. I had a blast growing up.
Yeah, I can tell, man.
Yeah. A lot of dumb things, but a lot of fun, man.
I can tell you, like, this is a positive energy for you to be at this place.
Well, I had a blast in here. This dude right here had the Super Nintendo, you know, like relatively when it came out. And this was me right here.
Wow. 512.
Oh, and that was the trash chute. So when my mom used to like piss me off or whoop my ass, throw the guard. But it was over. 512. Wow.
Man. I don't know.
Nah, I don't want to might piss somebody off.
Yeah.
Gonna blow our head off.
Yeah. You gotta be careful with that.
Oh, this is a nice view. This wasn't like that back then. You didn't have all these bridges
highways
and all the
and
buildings. No, that highway's relatively new, a couple years. Like all those buildings are new, pretty much. That one ain't. That beige one, I think, yeah, those have been there, but this wasn't there, that wasn't there, that bridge, all those bigger buildings weren't there. This was just a huge field. One house was in there. They had a Doberman pinscher. And one time I was out there running around and they let their Doberman pinschers go. And this is not to show off the shoes, but zoom in on these bad boys. I got this when I was like 10 years old. That grabbed me, shook the my leg, destroyed me, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dislike Doberman pinschers. So I went and got pit bulls so I could eat them.
And you were thinking growing up here that you'd be like a pro boxer someday? Is that what you were hoping?
Yeah, I didn't know. I just knew that I liked the feeling that I got before fighting. I liked the feeling during it, and I know I was good at it. You know, I was pretty decent. Nice, good man. Using the stairs. So I knew something would come out of that eventually. You know, I didn't quite know what's this boxing thing really about. You can make money off of it. I know they're on TV. I didn't know all these equations, you know. And I had moved around a lot. So when I got here, this was a place that was pretty stable for me. We stayed here for a couple years, but the moving around too, that's probably a reason why I also stayed to myself a lot, because of the moving around. I didn't really know what the future was gonna be like, so I was just like content to be where I was at. You know, I wasn't thinking about what I was gonna do yet. It wasn't until like 14 that I started like, okay, I'm gonna make a living out of this.
Maybe that's why you like this place so much, because you stayed here for a while.
Yeah. This was definitely, of my childhood memories, the best, for a fact. Guaranteed. For a fact, you know? Definitely. A lot of nosy neighbors, but, you know. Daniel, I'm busy. I'm working right now, so maybe I'll call you later, okay? Do you know who this is?
When you called me, I was out looking for a Cheetos.
Did you get my hot Cheetos? Did you get my hot Cheetos?
I'm at the Walmart trying to find a machine to heat up Cheetos. I didn't know they had such a thing.
All right, well, I gotta go because I'm working, so I'll see you later, Mr. Lambert.
Yep.
Dan. How'd you meet Dan?
At the gym.
Yeah.
I was at a rival
How'd you
gym.
how'd you end up at ATT?
I was at a rival gym at in Miami. It ended up going sour, the relationship. They tried to kind of They tried to play me on one of my striking coaches. I used to train my grappling there, but I would do my striking always outside. They tried to tell me who was going to be my striking coach. I said, no thanks. I'm going to continue with my same striking coach. They said, no, we're going to have an in-house one now. You'll do everything in-house. I'm gone.
Yep.
During that thing, I was looking at a couple options as gyms. I didn't think ATT would take me in because we had my gym, not me necessarily, but my gym had a rivalry with ATT. So I was like, man, those people, they probably won't want me. But we had a mutual friend, Richard, and he was able to score me a meeting with them. And I walked in there. I sparred the first day I got there. The general manager at the time, Richie Puma, Ricardo Labor was also part of the team. A couple other guys that are still there, Conan, Pahumpa, Dan Lambert. They all said, yeah, but the kid's a stud. Let's bring him in. We could polish him up and make him into something. And sure enough, that's what we did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I've been there ever since. It's my home gym. It's my temple. It's my safe zone.
When did you start there?
The year I don't remember, but I was like 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. However long ago that was.
The one with like Kimbo refereeing and Ray and Mike, how did that one get set up? Like, did they just become aware of you because you were winning a lot of backyard fights, and did they contact you?
No, we were at the same gym in Miami, and man, Kimbo and Mike were just, I mean, I know Kimbo doesn't look at me, but he's one of the most humble dudes you could have ever met and nicest guys, you know?
Yep.
So they just see me hitting the bag, and then we started talking, and then a little rapport was built, and then eventually we asked like if I could fight on like one of the backyards, you know, like, man, he wants to scrap, he's always looking for competition. They said, hell yeah, we'll make it happen. And sure enough, they did. I used to try to do my acrobatics in here. I would do it now, but I want to get my hands dirty. I'd climb up, I couldn't jump it. I remember I'd climb this pole like this, I'd hug this, so I was always a monkey. I'd get in there and start freaking messing around and stuff.
Huh. I've heard you say that like you can sense danger.
Yeah, and I you know, just from being around it, I guess at a very young age, but I could sense like shadiness or weird individuals, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you picked that up like around this time in your life?
For a fact,
Yeah.
you know. Got my butt kicked a couple times, you know? I remember one time I was just walking I used to have a friend that lived like 4 blocks down. And it wasn't dark, but it was close to 7, 8 p.m. And a car just rolls up. I think I was about 13 years old. 4 guys jump out, and I'm like, what the f? And one of them was just pointing at me. It's him for sure. That's all he says. It's him for sure. And I'm like, oh, oh. And I'm like, what the f? What did I do? You know, I'm thinking, what could I have done?
Yeah.
And they immediately start sprinting towards me. The first one that gets next to me, I hit him. I cut like a left or a right, whatever it did, and start jumping gates. These kids get back in the car naked. You know, I'm jumping gates like from this neighborhood to the next, and I took off fast. Maybe 1 or 2 stayed on me, the other ones got in the car. And it was like a fucking chase all the way back over here from like 5 blocks down.
Yeah.
Those kind of things just stuck with me for life. So now before the car would even creep, I'd already see like, oh, this guy made a suspicious left. I'm ready, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that time I got away with it. Other times, not so lucky sometimes.
You
know?
never found out what you did? Why they
No.
were chasing you?
And to this day, I have no recollection who they were. At the moment, when I got home, I'm like, who even were those kids? It could have been mistaken identity, maybe somebody's bike that I stole, you know? I don't know, but it was good learning how to survive tactics, you know? That's when, like, people always talk about when I hand out the 3 pieces in the soda, how I'm so calm. Well, it started here, you know?
Yeah.
And I wasn't the type of guy that would talk crap to you like, oh, I'm gonna kick your butt. It'd just be like, oh, okay, whoop, 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 and gone.
Yeah.
You know, because I learned if you stick around, the friends are gonna get you. Or this guy's gonna come back with a baseball bat. So I do my work, take off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
Still the same guy, yeah.
Yeah. Still do that in your fighting career.
That goes to all these little co-workers of mine. They like to, they talk, but then when they see me, can I get a picture? I'm the same guy, man. I'm never gonna change, you know? Shouldn't say it on camera, but still gonna give them out.
Yeah.
Honest Gamebred.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming and special content, subscribe to ESPN+.